Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel where it's all Juve all the time. I'm Alberto. I'm going to bring you the news surrounding the Vecchia Signora to February 16th. And if you're new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're your one-stop shop for everything Juventus, okay? So without further ado, happy birthday goes out to Federico Bernardesque. All right, so the Juventino finds himself on his 28th birthday, but unfortunately not in as good a shape as he probably would have liked. Yes, the report comes out that Bernardesque will not be available for the match against Torino this Friday. So Bernardesque will still be out for the Derby della Mola. This is extremely frustrating as what was fed to us as muscle fatigue has obviously been something far more serious. It begs the question. Now, have Juventus been hiding something with Bernardesque based on the fact that his future is uncertain? It's very, very strange to see no details of a player's injury. We've always gotten details with everybody else, but Bernardeschi's, for whatever reason, was given to us as muscle fatigue and still has no true definition to it, and nobody's really saying much to it. So it's very, very interesting, and I can only think that because of his uncertain future, that's why they're trying to keep things a wrap here. Maybe, just maybe. But anyways, the Italian will look to get his return to action in the Champions League match. Danilo will be suspended for the Derby della Mola as well. So Bernardeschi and Danilo not in the lineups, okay? In other news, Locatelli. Now, the view for the summer, and this is coming from Romeo Agresti here. So the view in the summer is that Juventus are assessing the regista role. They'll have to decide either to bet on Locatelli and leave him there and look for a new Mezzala or a new number 6, or go with Locatelli. So this is very, very interesting. We've put the question out on Twitter to see what fans' reactions are and whatnot. And for me, I think there is a big gap, probably even financially, if you're trying to find somebody that's better than Locatelli at that regista role, and it could be a little bit more difficult. But do we already have a piece there that can be used? Because maybe we don't need an actual regista there, because regista is not just that position, it is a role, right? So if you're talking about a role, regista is a role. We could put Zakaria in that position and it changes. It is no longer a regista. You would use your two Metsalas in order to distribute the ball and spray the ball around and do your long vertical passing and whatnot. So it changes. He would be your defensive midfield, which we've seen a lot of successful three-man midfields base theirs off is putting a defensive force right ahead of their two center backs. So it changes. Are we better to go that route? It's very, very interesting. I think Juventus should assess this from who's the best possible midfield they can bring in that brings goals, in my personal opinion, because Locatelli, he can help and support and get a few goals from there, but he's not that real dangerous threat in playmaking and scoring. We need some serious scoring threat out of the middle from one player. So I would probably look to go that route rather than bringing in a full-on regista, because I think you can have Locatelli play in there, and you can switch it up and have a defensive force like Zakaria in there. And depending on who, if you bring in a scoring threat, play Locatelli on one side of Zakaria and this new player on the other, that could be a very, very lethal midfield combination. So again, we open this one up as we have to everyone on Twitter, to all of you on YouTube. So what do you think? This is the news circulating around Juventus. And last but not least, on another slow news day, is this just coming in? Sky Sports reporting that next week there is a scheduled meeting between Juventus and Jorge Antun, Dybala's agent. So again, we are all eyes on this thing. Obviously, we saw the drama that unfolded over the past 3 weeks and what's going on with Dybala and Arriva Bene and all this. We need this thing cleared up. It has to be cleared up. Whether he stays or goes, we need to know. We need to figure this thing out. If there's meetings scheduled, is always a good sign. But we know that there is some animosity there between Arriva Bene and Paulo Dybala's agent, and they kind of left it where it lies with Paulo Dybala to make the situation. Unless Antunes coming in with his tail tucked between his legs, ready to accept that offer, things could get interesting and could potentially keep going on and on and on. We will see what happens, though, Juventini. Okay, so that's it for the slow news day. But again, we're always keeping you in the loop. Hope you liked it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to get closer and closer to that Derby della Mola, and we will have a match day live for you Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune in. As always, Finoallafine, Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.